So to start this off, I want to say I used to be 325, then I lost it all. Joy. And I gained it right back. You might be saying, why? Why did you do that? And I will happily tell you, no idea. It wasn't on purpose. It wasn't like I gained all that weight on purpose. Who gains? I feel like I'm gonna vomit. Welcome to another video. Today's topic is a little bit different than most. It's kind of a storytelling, but not. This is a story about how I used to be 325. I lost it all. Then I gained it right back. Not all of it. I'm still 50 pounds under it. But all that hard work went for nothing. But today is the beginning of a new chapter in my life, and hopefully I can follow with me. Now, a little bit of a backstory. I was 16 once, and Honey Nut Cheerios with Nutella on it, with a little bit of chocolate milk. I know. Before all the judgments come out, all y'all were 16 once upon a time. I don't want to hear it. Long story short, that was a journey of how I got to 325. Now let me tell you how I got to the journey of losing it. My dad trained me in everything he knew. He put all the efforts into me. He taught me the ropes, fundamental to the T. You couldn't even imagine. It was horrible, but it was amazing. My dad did an amazing job, but I gotta give him 100% credit on that. Even if I was motivated, you know how hard it was to try to lift up a weight? Boy, let me tell you, that sucked. Thank you. Good one. You as well. You as well. To me, shimmy, 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 yeah, shimmy, yeah, shimmy. Huh. Let's recap. Let's put everything together. So I lost. Okay, so I lost 100 pounds at first here. Came to the United States. I weighed about 185, and then when I was 185, I kind of felt off because when you come out of being 220, 230, and you feel powerful and you feel strong, once you go down anything below 190, that's the 30 pound, you start feeling weak. So that was what happened to me. I was about maybe 13% body fat and I was feeling weaker. But at the time I was pushing buggies at Lowe's, and not only that, but I also worked at the barber shop, and at the time I would do DoorDash on the side. Now, all that is not to say that I'm the hardest worker there is. Not true at all. I don't really care for that fame. But at the time, that's what I had to do because I wanted, and I had to a degree, because of the things that I really wanted to do. So it just depends on how you look at life, but that's what I had to do. So I was always tired. So I was like, okay, well, at the time, I didn't know I was going to go from Panama City to Orlando. So I kind of just decided to, okay, let's just bulk a little bit. So I bulked up a little bit. I went up to like 190, and I kept being 190 for about 4 months. So I was like, okay, well, I feel pretty good about myself, right? But I wasn't taking into account what was gonna happen later and the habits that I was creating, and that kind of took me into a path where I was just, I guess I had no return, right? Which is a lot of mistakes that we all do. And it's fine to do those mistakes, I guess, because I'm so young, I'm 22. My job is to learn from them, come back from them, and then do what I'm doing now, which is like to show others, hey, don't go through what I went through. Not only because, right, people always told me like, don't get fat again. But at the time, I wasn't looking at it getting fat. I painted it as I was bulking, which I was. I truly was. I got stronger. I felt better. Everything was coming into what I wanted. But it went too far. And that happened because when I came to Orlando, I kind of saw everything as an opportunity to try something. And that kind of led me into, I just lift heavier, which I don't know if you understand, but if you out eat your training, that's it. That's it for you. Like, you're gonna out eat your training if you have the mentality that I had, which it wasn't like I was eating a crazy amount of calories. I did come to this, what I was really doing was convincing myself, okay, if I eat this amount of protein, this amount of carbs, it's okay. But you're not realizing that the calorie intake goes high. And at the time I wasn't counting, which I normally did. So I was just, well, you know, let's try new things. And I did. And increasingly throughout the year, I went from 200 that I came to Orlando, 200 to 10, because in Panama City, 200 when I came to Orlando the first month, which I did a big jump when I went through the first month, to about, I want to say, to about 270 now. So, and you might say, man, how? And it's just truly that. I convinced myself that I was gonna be okay if I just kept being stronger and getting heavier, you know, and getting, you know, lifting heavier and getting stronger. It was gonna help out. Thinking if I bulk again, I can get my muscle back. And then when I cut, doesn't matter where I am in life, I'm young and I can always come back. Once I did my first initial cut with my dad, everything else seemed possible. I didn't see myself not being able to do anything in my life, which I'm not saying that I'm not. That's why I'm putting this on video, because this is kind of like a way that I want to prove myself, and maybe I'm going to push myself with this even more now that I have something to be accountable for again, which was what my dad was to me. My dad was an accountability partner. He used to always get on me. He said, hey, don't do that. Don't eat that. Don't. So it made life 1,000 times easier. It didn't mean that I wasn't hungry. It didn't mean that my habits were hard to change. It just meant that I had to prove myself right and make my dad proud. So this is my way to make that at a bigger scale, because now I'm 22. I shouldn't be where I am, but at the same time, I'm here. So now what do? I have to go down. And how do I go down? Well, I'll take y'all with me. I'm taking y'all down in a negative way, but in a positive way. Y'all get to see how I go, and anybody who ever went through what I went through, which I assume is a lot of us, because a lot of us get skinny, and then a lot of us feel out of place because we've never been skinny before. I used to be able to do all these things before. I used to be able to be the kid who you get called to, hey, you know, somebody needs help moving some cinder blocks around the corner or something like that. Puerto Rico life is very different, by the way. Somebody needs to move some cinder blocks out the way. Needs you to do this. Somebody needs you to do that. That was always my thing. That was always the thing that made me feel okay about my weight, and that also is the thing that makes me feel okay about my weight now and positive about it. But at the same time, I know this can't be the weight that I'm going to be in to feel that way. My job now is to get leaner, still be strong, but learn where the balance is, right? I think I balanced it out for 4 years. I just kind of got in my own head, and I was doing a lot of cardio at the time by pushing all those buggies every hour after hour. Everything kind of was a disaster that if I would have just thought it out correctly, I would have not ever went through this journey, or would have gone through it a lot better, or a lot smarter. But that's what mistakes are for, and that's what life is for. Life is long if God gives us the opportunity, even though it seems so short. But it's a graceful time to be in this earth, and it's not. It would be a wasteful time not to get better every day. So reality hits, and we got to change. I got to change, and I really just want to take y'all with me. Hope this journey is gonna be impactful for somebody. Hopefully, I can keep it going, and hopefully, this is the beginning of something beautiful. You know.